Next, we would like to have on stage Shri Suresh from HyperLoops. It's a scalable Hyperloop technology to solve mobility issues, which can help us to travel from Tenkasi to Chennai, probably in an hour or so. Thank you.
So, welcome Tenkasi and namaskar to our esteemed guests and our esteemed audience. I'm Shri Suresh from IIT Madras, and I'm here to representing Avishkar Hyperloop, and will introduce you to the progress we have done up until now. So, Hyperloop, as our team started out with the goal of fast transportation, that is building a futuristic mode of transportation, and Hyperloop has the potential of taking a passenger from, say, Chennai to Bangalore, that is 350 kilometers, in about half an hour. So I think that is a very big goal to go behind and can change the entire dynamics of housing crisis and many other things. So basically, what is a Hyperloop? So Hyperloop is something which has three aspects to it: the pod and the tube and the track, as you see in the slides behind. So the pod is when the passengers sit and it levitates above a track and goes inside a vacuum tube. And because of this, there's almost zero air drag because it's vacuum, and there's almost zero friction because of its levitation. So theoretically, we can reach speeds of about 700 to 800 kilometers per hour. And yeah. So can you go to the next slide? Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, so we started out by participating in many competitions. So, so these three things which you see behind are the prototypes which we have made, the prototypes which we have made. So the leftmost prototype is the prototype which we used to compete in the SpaceX Hyperloop pod competition. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide. I think, can you go back? Third slide. Yeah, forward. Yeah, so as you see the leftmost picture, that is when in 2019 we participated in the SpaceX Hyperloop pod competition, and we came in about top 10 out of 1,600 global teams, and we competed in the SpaceX headquarters at California, and also got a chance to get an award from Elon Musk and had a nice chat with him. And he gave us many suggestions and also gave us a good pat in the back for our progress. And thank you. And moving on, we participated in a few European Hyperloop competitions, and we have won many nominations, and have always come in the top 5 for the overall pod category. And as I said before, that we have three aspects to the Hyperloop: the pod, the track, and the tube. So we've only been making the pod up until 2021. So we also started focusing on the tube aspect of it. So what we did is that we tried to. So if you want to build a Hyperloop system, say from Chennai to Bangalore, 90% of the infrastructure cost comes from making the tube. So a very important thing to take care is that we make the tube as cheap as possible. So we have done many iterations, many simulations, many validations, and spoken with many professors, and finally ended up with a design. And yes, obviously we did patent that design. We have actually 5 patents for that particular, for our designs. And looking at our progress on this tube aspect and our previous acclamations, we were approached by the Indian Railways and Shri Ashwini Vaishnaji has also visited IIT Madras and had signed an MOU with us, which had given us grants worth 8.34 crores to undertake a mega infrastructure project at IIT Madras. And if you can go to the, yes, can you go I think the 10th, 11th or 12th side? Yeah, behind. So, so as I said, so he had given us grants to build a mega infrastructure project. So we are building actually a 400 meters long vacuum tube with a 2-meter diameter as a prototype of the real life Hyperloop tube, so that we can test how our pods run through it. And this project is supposed to get over in about, I think, mid-2023, in about July or August of this year. And in fact, the R&D of this project has been completed, and L&T is building this project currently at IIT Madras right now. And we are also building an office space at IIT Research Park, and Professor Ashok Junjunwala is also a mentor to us for this project. And if you can go to the next slide. Next slide. Yeah, so these are few of the industry support that we have gathered. So, after we build this 400 meters long vacuum tube, we will be undertaking our phase 2 of the plan. So the phase 2 of the plan is supposed to be undertaken by a consortium of companies, and a few of the companies in this consortium are people like Bharat Benz, Indian Railways, Tube Investments India, Murugappa Group, L&T, Ashok Leyland, and all these consortium of people. Can you go to the previous slide? And all this consortium of companies will be working to build a 10-kilometer long, real-life sized, full-scaled Hyperloop tube in which we will do all sorts of testing that will be required and we're setting all sorts of standards. And once there is successful completion of this testing, we will be undertaking the making of the Hyperloop corridor from Chennai to Bangalore, which will take people in about half an hour. And next slide, next slide. Yeah, so I thank you very much for your time, and I hope you find my pitch happy and you can give us some sort of support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What is the tube made of? What is the material for the tube itself?
So the material of the tube is mild steel, and it has a thickness of about only 6 mm.
So what does it cost like per meter?
So the cost per kilometer comes out about $2 million, sir, which is very cheap compared to all of our other
competitions. That is a tube itself?
Yes, sir, tube itself.
And how about the vacuum, the sucking the air out, all that?
So sucking the 2 meter. So how it works is that we have a vacuum pump every kilometer. So the vacuum pump is included in this cost of $2 million. Okay.
How much vacuum is maintained in that?
Sorry, sir.
How good the vacuum?
We have about we will be achieving vacuum of about 5,000 pascals inside. So the atmosphere is 100,000 pascals. We'll be achieving about 5,000 pascals. Yes, sir.
That has to be maintained, right?
Yes, sir. It has to be maintained. The thing is, like,
is there a safety concern with it? The atmosphere?
Yes, sir. So once if suppose there is some breach in air pressure, so what we'll do is we'll be stopping all the pods and then going to that location as soon as possible. It will be full IoT enabled, sir. So how it will work is that, like, if you see, making vacuum is energy intensive, but maintaining vacuum isn't energy intensive. So once we make vacuum, we'll just have to maintain the vacuum, and then pods can come out through an airlock system.
Well, I was thinking if it is only $2 million, we can do some village to village transport here and try the idea.
Sorry, sir?
For half a kilometer or 1 kilometer.
Yes, sir. In fact, we can also build, as ma'am suggested, a Hyperloop from Chennai to Tenkasi, and you can always shuttle from it. Yes, sir.
Some small village to small village could be a demonstrator.
We could easily do that, sir. Yes, sir.
Because here we have the land, so we could do that.
Right, sir. Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Thank you.
More than happy to take your help, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Yeah, operating cost, I don't exactly have numbers as now, but I think, so we did a theoretical study to see what is the cost of a ticket from Chennai to Bangalore, and it came out to be only about 1,200 to 1,300 rupees.
So it is competitive with the alternative mode of transport?
Yes, it is very much competitive with all the other modes of transportation. If you think about it, it only takes about half an hour to travel from Chennai to Bangalore. So if suppose the housing in Bangalore is even very costly, people can live in Chennai and go to Bangalore. And insert, like Chennai being a tier 1...
No, we can live in Ayagudi and go to Chennai.
Yes, sir. So that's what, instead from tier 1 to tier 1 city, we can also build from tier 2 to tier 1 city. So people can live at tier 2 and travel and work at tier 1 cities very efficiently. So it'll be like a metro for all over India and not just a city.
Really great.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
What brings you to StartupTenkasi? Just out of very much curiosity.
Sir?
What brings you to StartupTenkasi?
So we are like, we are more than happy to find any sorts of support we can get, sir. So like, as we have many industry people here, we'll also like to gather more of them because this is not a small project. It's a very big project. So we always try to get technical guidance from anyone possible.
Okay. That puts me on to the second question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have some collaborators in this? Because I come from the place, I don't know if you know about Delft University.
Yes, sir.
I have very good contacts, and the Indian students who are working with that
right,
Delft. If you'd like to have project collaborators, I can put you across with the Gemeente Amsterdam.
Actually, sir, like, this is more of a specific conversation. In fact, Delft actually has a student Hyperloop team called Delft Hyperloop, and they have a startup out of it called Heart Hyperloop. So recently, I think just last week, we had the founder of Heart Hyperloop, I think his name is Mr. Mars. He had come over to visit us here at IIT Madras and also look over at our tube. So we are very much in touch with Delft Hyperloop, sir. But very much thank you for your suggestion.
If you need further support on this, I can help you.
Yes, sir, definitely. We'll need all the support we can gather, sir, because this is a nationwide project. So even just like our Kamakuti, our director, sir, who's very enthusiastic and tries to get all sort of support for IIT Madras, I'll be more than happy to get your support, sir, for Hyperloop. Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.